Hi, everyone. This is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled Don't Judge. There's been a lot of things that have been going on, obviously, in the world. And with everyone seems like being home and stuff like that, there's more of an awareness of everything that is going on because of social media, whatever. No one can go anywhere, and you see all of the stories. And with stories, it always seems like there's somebody's opinion. Recently, I've been seeing stories about women who snapping. I don't know if you guys seen it. There was like this girl who blew up her ex-boyfriend's car or boyfriend's car, and then there's always stories of suicides or overdoses, especially where I live at. There's been numerous overdoses. Like, it seems like they're like back to back. And the thing about it is, it's like there's always someone with an opinion about something. And it seems like people is always judging or whatever. The problem is, if you've never been in someone's shoes, you can't judge them. Unfortunately or fortunately or whatever, I've been on a lot of sides of arguments. I've seen, or I've had people that I've known who committed suicide. I know people who had overdoses, things like that. And you never know what someone is going through. I know people who snapped on boyfriends and girlfriends. I know all of that. And by the grace of God, I know that if one more thing would have happened, I would be telling this story behind bars, or you would hear my story from a grave, who knows. We all have been in a certain situation at some point in time that God has delivered us from. There's only anything can happen that our life could change, or we could be in those same positions as someone else. The heartbreaking thing about it is that sometimes people don't get help sooner. And there's nothing that you could really do about it in certain situations. I know there's people that I wish I was there for before something bad happened, and I just wasn't. But either way, we have to have compassion for other people. We have no right to judge what someone else is going through. And a lot of times people who really judge other people, especially if it's like somebody around you or somebody that you know, a lot of times we don't even reach out to people and see how they're doing or things like that. Like, I've seen a lot of people judge what somebody else has went through or something. And it's like, when was the last time you talked to them? When was the last time that you just checked on them? Anything before this actually happened, before the tragedy happened. And a lot of times people are so busy in their own world that they never even check on anybody else. And I understand we all have something going on. But once again, we don't really have the right to judge someone else. And as somebody who has been on a lot of different sides of the arguments, I see it a little bit differently. So I can't say that is suicide a selfish act or not. I can only talk about my situation. And at that time, I wasn't thinking about anyone else. I just wanted what was going on in me to stop. And just honestly, I didn't tell anybody what I was going through. It's a lot of things that happened within me that no one knows about or no one knew about because I kept everything on the inside. And one thing about it is what they say really right now a lot of times is check on your strong friends. a lot of times with me, everybody always thinks like, oh yeah, Tam, you got it all together, this, that, and the third. And that was how it was at some point. And it's like, I always have a smile on my face, anything. But the thing is, what no one knew, even like recently, or like I think about last year, I go to work, I have a smile on my face. I'm smiling at everybody. You know, I bring in candy for everybody to feel good and all that good stuff. And, you know, I'm making sure everybody else is having a good day, you know. But by the time nighttime came, I hated when nighttime came. Because when night came, that was when thoughts came. And it was like, kill yourself, stuff like that. You know, there's no reason for you to be here, this, that, and the third. And I had to hold on to my life. I had to pray to God, like, God, please. Like, you know what I mean? And I cried myself to sleep. And no one knew about it. And by the grace of God, I would wake up the next morning and I'll go back to work. And I'll thank God for, you know, allowing me to wake up and all that. And go back to work, smile on my face. Everything is fine. And then nighttime came and I'm start getting afraid again because I know those voices and those thoughts are coming back. So don't judge someone. You don't know what somebody else is going through. And it's one of those things like people is, you know, no one knew. No one knew the fight that I had the night before. No one knew how hard it was for me to get through the night. And everybody's like, oh, Tammy, you're so happy. I can't believe it. Oh my God, well, how are you just this happy? And like, I don't know. But it was a silent struggle that no one knew about. So check on your strong friends. Everybody who you think got it together don't. Be careful who you judge. Be careful who you put your mouth on, because God has a way of turning things around, and some way you'll be in their shoes, unfortunately. So be careful of that. I'm sorry it's not like the most inspirational story, or podcast, but it was just something that was on me that I really needed to get off, because I just think that I just see it so much that people are just judging other people, and it's just something. And also it's just a story that I had to get out myself, because like I said, no one knew. And like, oh, you're so happy and all this. Like, yeah, okay, you have no idea. And I hold my daughter at night, and it's like I can't leave this earth because of my daughter. And I thank God for getting me through that. Because I realized, like I said, if something happens to me, I don't know what would happen to my daughter. I'm the only parent that's here. I'm the only parent that has raised her, really been here this whole time. So I have to fight for my life. And thank God that the depression has left, but doesn't mean that it won't come back or things like that. So it's a constant struggle every day. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to give you that encouragement or something, tidbit, anything, just to let you know that you never know what someone else is going through. And just have compassion for other people. We're all going through something right now, whether we say something about it or not. And it gets even worse with the pandemic, and then everybody's whole families are at home, and then they're really having to deal with their kids. You don't know. So pray for people. Don't put your mouth on people. Don't judge people. And try to be there for them as much as you can, because you never know. So until next time, always know that you are worthy, worth it, and priceless. You have worth, you have value, and there's nothing that you can't do. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Love you guys, and until next time, bye.